Yo, what's up, it's Angel? And give us the best birthday gift this year by checking us out on all social media platforms at Spin the Rock. And also, if you need audio, we're on all podcast platforms. Make sure you give us that good old 5 stars over there. For video version, we're on YouTube. So make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you for listening. All the links will be in the description. Hello, and welcome to the Spin the Rock podcast. I am your host, Angel, and with me today is.
Eugene.
And Vaughn.
All right, we have a lot to catch up on. But before we do, it's our birthday. We are 1 years old. And, you know, how do y'all feel about being one?
Like every episode, we end the recording. And there it is.
I,
All right.
I'm sorry.
Every episode we end the recording, and it usually goes like, "Wow, that episode went hella fast," and that's basically what it felt like now. Like just 1 year went by so fast.
Yeah, I agree with Vaughn. It's like, when you first came to us about starting, it was like, oh yeah, like that would be dope, just to talk about hoops with the boys. And then it was like, then we got a couple episodes in, we're like, we don't know how long we're gonna go, but we'll go as long as possible. And now we're here.
A
So
year
it's
later.
it's like surreal almost just to see like where we're at, and I'm excited where we go.
Yes, for real. Yeah, I feel the same way. I was hoping for 30 episodes at the most. Look at us now, a year. Like it's kind of insane. But yeah, we did do something special for a year over on our Twitter at Spin the Rock. I put up our worst takes and our best takes, and our worst takes atrocious, awful worst takes. But our good takes, hey, some of us look like we were psychics with our good takes. So
It's
you know,
facts.
I'm not going to talk about them here because if I do, you will have no reason to check out our Twitter. So you know what? If you want to know what those takes are, go over to at Spin the Rock.
Go
But
follow that.
yes, for real. But we have a lot to catch up on, like I said. So we're gonna start off with something not as as big, but still kind of insane. Greg Popovich, 5-year extension worth 80 million. How do y'all feel about that?
I mean, he's worth it, but it's like, is he gonna survive? Like, I'm not even hating for real, but like, he just needs to go on and retire, bro.
Nah, that's like because the what's his name? Phil Jackson, right?
Yeah.
That man was old as a coach, and
He
there
was.
there were
Yeah,
some scary moments during the regular season with him. So that's
yeah.
what I didn't even think about that.
But
So
see, I
funny.
think the thing with Phil Jackson is like he's real with himself. And not that Popovich is not real with himself, but I think it was because he had such a good team for so long. Maybe, I don't know. He wants to experience, these younger guys,
Mhm.
and like actually like teach, coach them, rather than, just players doing whatever they want almost, and Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu, and all those players. So,
Yeah.
but it is cool to see, I guess, him continue, um, and continue to call it, be the winningest coach in NBA history.
Yeah, like it's probably a different sort of challenge for him. Like he's always winning at the highest level you could. So like fostering young talent, it's been a strong suit of them, but like I don't think he has aspirations of having a new dynasty. I think he just really wants to see these young guys succeed. So it's really cool to see. He lives and breathes basketball, and he
True.
might die by it, but it's worth it with that contract.
Yeah, 5 years. Do you think Wemby is a big reason? Like, do you think if they got the second pick, he would have stayed, or do you think Wemby's like a huge reason on why he stayed?
That's a very good question. I don't know, to be honest, because it's like How long are rookie contracts typically? Like 3 years?
3 years because LaMelo just signed his extension.
Right. So, I mean, I'm sure it was a reason. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, because I was talking to one of my roommates about like the whole, Wemby thing, and I was just saying like, once they knew they were gonna get that first pick, he was probably already in the lab designing some, scheme to work around him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I would assume that's one reason, but I also just think he just doesn't want to leave basketball, And given his wife died, rest in peace, it's like like what's waiting for him at retirement.
Yeah, I guess that's
You know
fair.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah. He would be the type of dude who'd go crazy, just like in retirement, and then he's watching NBA games, and he'd probably be critiquing the game the whole time. So probably is better for him to be out there on the coaching sidelines.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, and Eugene brought up the Wemby situation. First NBA game, and he's already a meme. It's insane.
bro, I was genuinely excited to watch that game. I was like, Wemby and Brendan Miller, like, oh, like this would be dope. That game was so bad, bro.
Bro, both of them were so ass.
It
Both of
was
them were
so
so
bad.
ass.
I was so disappointed. I tuned out at like the third quarter. I was like, he's got like 8 points. Why am I even watching this? But
Yeah.
I think it'd be less cause for concern. Like this is rookie year; it's a summer league game. There's no stakes in it. But like
Mhm.
afterwards, he's like, "I don't know what I'm doing out there," and like that's where like people are looking at like, "Huh?"
I'm
That
like, bro,
one
there's
sentence, bro.
nothing different. There's nothing different.
All right. We also, moving on, in-season tournament, all the details have finally been explained. So I'm gonna go through that.
I think I've seen Richard Jefferson explain it like 4 times, bro.
Yeah, they put the Hornets posted it on their page. The NBA posted it. Like Bleacher Report posted it. I'm trying to. I don't. Okay, let me just pull it up real quick.
I saw it on TikTok when they were like the clips of like when they were talking about the groups and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think an NBA ad on TikTok popped up and they're like, this is how the NBA Cup is gonna work or whatever. I'm like, bro, all right, I got it.
So yeah, it's called the NBA Cup, as Eugene said. It will start November 3rd. It will be a part of the regular season record. So the games they play in the NBA Cup will still count towards their regular season record. So I guess there's some incentive for guys to actually take it serious still because it still matters. The championship and semifinals will be the 7th through the 9th in Vegas, which is interesting. And then there will be an in-season it'll be group play and a knockout stage. So let's just start out there. Let's start out with that basic overall rules, and then we'll go into making it out of group play after that. What do you think about just what I just told you then?
I mean, the group play kind of disappointing. Like I don't think I'll have interest in the tournament up until single elimination games. Only because like the groups I would have liked if it was not East and West.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool to have like if you have a Warriors Celtics game in the first round. I think that'd be pretty crazy, but it's still done by conference. And it's like it's whatever for me in that regard. But the single elimination, I think that's like where it feels like March Madness almost. So that's where I'm kind of looking at.
I think it's just okay, so wait. I think it's a good idea that the regular season games are kind of like it's like intermingled, with the NBA Cup because the season's a long 82 game season. Players don't want a whole separate tournament, that don't count for their actual record to play because they also got playoffs. So I do like that whole thing, but I kind of agree with Vaughn. I didn't even think about it too, like just seeing like the interconference matchups, you know, or is that how you say that?
Mhm.
Like seeing like a East team versus a West team in group play. I think that would be pretty cool. But it is their first season and they're, you know, working out kinks or whatever. So we'll see how
Yeah.
it goes in the future. But I like the setup right now.
Yeah, for me, well, let me keep going. So then, yeah, there will be 8 teams advancing out of the group play, 6 groups. Each group will play each other twice. So in total, there will be like what? Well, like almost. Dang, I can't even do that math. Almost like 60 something games right there. Like insanely, like.
Mhm.
And then so the top 2 will advance, and the third person in the group is the wild card, and they will advance too. Knockout rounds, single elimination. Uh, like I said, in Vegas, the way they do it is by record. Though they draw it randomly, based on like your season record last year, which I think is weird. And yeah,
I didn't really understand that because, like, when I was watching the video, they said, what did they say? They said it was random draw based on, you know, the record from last year. I'm like,
it's not random.
yeah, how is it random if they're basing it off of the record?
Yeah.
So that didn't quite make sense to me, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think for me, my excitement for it, because I used to watch soccer. Now it's like I can't keep up because I have so many things going on in my life. But when I first heard of it, I was like, this sounds like the Champions League. I was like, I'm
Mhm.
excited. And then they were like, okay, we do it by record. And then my excitement went down a little. So I was like, 10 out of 10. Okay, 9 out of 10. And then they're like, oh, and it's by conference. And I was like, okay, 8 out of 10. And that's where it capped off. I'm like an 8 out of 10 on excitement because I was like, this is a way to make rivalries, you know?
Yeah.
Like rivalries in the NBA is basically dead. We got Lakers Celtics, and that's literally it. That's
Mhm.
the only rivalry that still exists. And that's because of the championship aspect. So I was like, now you're taking away another chance to do rivalries. So I like group play mostly because it reminds me of the Champions League.
Mhm.
But I also just like I hate that they did it by conference. Because what's
Right.
the point? It's no longer the NBA Cup if it's by conference. It's still another East-West tournament.
Yeah.
I
So
think just the big piece of why they did that is probably scheduling and getting flights to each place because it's not in Vegas until the later rounds, right?
yeah, it's not until
Yeah, so
Vegas until the semifinals and finals.
that's probably why they did it. So
Yeah.
practical for them, but it is kind of disappointing to see as a fan.
Well, it's also like they already have interconference competition. They just play each other less. Like a
That's
team
true.
will
Yeah.
East and West will face each other like twice in a season, while if it's West and West, it'll be like 4 times.
Yeah. That is
So
true.
it's like it's not like you already don't have East versus West in your league. So I don't get that. But I don't know.
They-
What do you
They probably could make it work, but obviously given it's their first season, they just want to see how it goes. You know?
they're probably playing it safe. How do you
Right.
guys feel about the semifinals and finals being in Vegas?
I think that's really interesting because it's a neutral site.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no team in Vegas.
Yeah.
So obviously fans will travel out there because that's like close to, if not the start of what you call it, Christmas break. So there's gonna be a lot of people out there. I mean, regardless, it's Vegas, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of excited to see just like how that's gonna go because we've also never seen a neutral site in basketball, you know.
Mhm.
So it'll be cool.
Yeah, it might like harken back to like the bubble and it'd be like a mini bubble of that for like the week or two it is that lasts in Vegas. So it'll be pure hoops. So that's the exciting part.
Mhm.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think that's really cool too because I just think Adam Silver is trying to make basketball more and more like soccer, and like I feel like he's low key succeeding. He's taking all the good aspects of it. I just hope he doesn't like push it too much because I know some people will start being like, this isn't basketball, like
Right, right.
But like I think so far it's really cool. Do you guys want to get into the groups?
Yeah, we can. if you
Okay.
want.
Oh my god. So I have a dog with me today. And so you might see him in the background now and then. Okay. So West Group A, Memphis, Phoenix, Lakers, Jazz, and the Blazers. West Group B, Nuggets, Clippers, Pelicans, Mavericks, and Rockets. West Group C, Kings, Warriors, Timberwolves, Thunder, and San Antonio.
I think Group C will be the most competitive. I only say that because I think all of those teams, even the Spurs, could like not necessarily beat the Warriors, but at least compete with. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, like those young guys are probably hungry to like prove themselves early on, as opposed to like a team like the Warriors or the Lakers who have NBA championship aspirations. So it'll be interesting to see like the motivations of some of these players, like especially the all-star type, all NBA types, like how serious are they going to take this tournament? But at least I do think those young guys will give it their all.
And every single player is going to know that it's an NBA Cup game. So they're going to go just a little bit harder,
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. I agree that West Group C is the best because that Kings Warriors game, those are going to go insane. The fans are going to show out for those games.
yeah.
I think the worst one is B. The Rockets, Mavs, Pelicans, Clippers, and Nuggets. Nuggets are sweeping. Nuggets are sweeping, bro. And I'm not saying that because they just want to ship in recency bias, but those are all teams that never gave Nuggets problems in the past, too.
No, literally.
Like, that's the worst group of them all.
Like the Mavs have no bench. The Rockets are way too young. I mean, okay, wait.
Pelicans are broken half the time. Same with the Clippers.
True.
Yes. Okay, wait. The Nuggets will win against the Rockets, yes. But they do have Van Vliet and Dylan Brooks now. So it's not going to be a complete, like, what it would be, but they'll still get beat.
Sengun, if he's starting center, he's getting cooked by Jokic. There's no way. he's
That's
getting
also
open
facts.
guarding.
It will be interesting. It will be
Right.
interesting for sure. It's just so funny. Out of all the groups the Nuggets could have landed in, they landed in that one.
It's definitely the worst one. I will say
Yeah.
that. I will agree with that. It's definitely
And then
the worst.
I think A will be pretty interesting. I think it's definitely C, A, B,
Mhm.
but we'll see. Eastern Conference, 76ers in Group A, Cavs, Hawks, Pacers, Pistons. In Group B, Bucks, Knicks, Heat, Wizards, Hornets. In Group C, Celtics, Nets, Raptors, Bulls, Magic. So like these Eastern Conference groups are a lot more harder to say which one's the best. I mean, I could be wrong. You guys might disagree with me, but I feel like it's kind of hard.
Where's the Magic?
Magic is in Group C with the Celtics, Nets, Raptors, and Bulls.
And
I
who's
think
in
the
B?
one I'd be looking forward to is A.
I just don't know who would be second.
Yeah. So we can go down, break them down again. Sixers, Cavs, Hawks, Pacers, and Pistons are in A. And
Yeah, like the
Okay.
Pistons will probably lose at least 4.
That's basically
like,
a loss against everybody.
right. Right. No, like actually though.
Hey, you're right. You're right. At least 6, because I don't think the 76ers or the Cavs are losing a single time to the Pistons.
Yeah, no, there's no way.
Yeah, I feel like the wild card will be the most interesting because Pacers and Hawks,
Hmm.
like, ooh, like that's definitely up for grabs because even like the Pacers last year at the beginning of the season, they were on fire.
Right.
So
Right.
like, and this the whole thing is mostly the first half of the season. So
Mhm.
it's not like teams start to slow down. Like they'll go into it hot.
Right. Right. Because
So
there's always, you know, a hot teams at the start of the season,
that
and they
like
get pummeled with injuries or, you know, just whatever, you know.
Yeah. Group B, Bucks, Knicks, Heat, Wizards, Hornets. That one,
I feel okay. They might be second because I feel like the Hornets are in the same place as the Pistons.
yeah.
You
Well,
know.
it's exciting. This a Bucks Heat rematch in the NBA Cup. That's gonna go hard,
Yeah.
especially if they have Dame.
Right.
A rematch in the
That would go
NBA
crazy.
Cup would go crazy. Especially the Knicks are in there too. Heat has eliminated 2 of these teams. That's a very interesting one for sure. And then Celtics, Nets, Raptors, Bulls, Magic. I just
Yeah.
Yeah,
No. That's like the Nuggets. You
yeah,
know,
that's like the Nuggets. Yeah.
Celtics going to win in all those games.
Oh, for sure. I think it'll just be interesting to see who gets second and third. Because I'm not gonna lie, is the Magic that much worse than the other teams in this group? Especially with all the off-season moves.
What have the Magic done?
I mean, but it's
It's
like
more like
what
the
the
other
other teams
teams.
lost.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Raptors no longer have Van Vliet. They like who else did they lose? They lost someone else. I don't know. I don't remember who else they
I
lost.
don't remember either. You said the Nets.
Raptors, Bulls. I feel like
I
the
mean,
Magic can definitely get that wild card.
they could.
The
They
Bulls-
definitely could. The Bulls are iffy. You know,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
they are so wishy-washy. So it really depends. And then the Nets, we haven't seen a full season of them. So
They're definitely gonna be interesting.
right.
All right. Well, I said I'm an 8 out of 10. What do you guys?
I'm gonna say 7 out of 10. I really have to see it to believe it. Just to know how competitive it's gonna be. That's my biggest hang up on it.
Mhm. Yeah, I'd probably say the same too. Plus, that trophy's ugly as shit.
Oh
I hate-
yeah, we didn't even talk about the trophy.
I hate that, bro. It's so basic. I could have made that trophy on a 3D printer, bro.
Yeah, it's just like a basketball going through like a net, right?
I don't even know what it is. I just know it's terrible.
Also, the players they had on that stage was like, why are these? It was like Trey
Yeah.
Young, Richard Jefferson. I was like, why are these the people unveiling the trophy?
They didn't even look happy too. Like they were just up there, bro.
They were just up there.
I'm here so I won't get fined.
Yeah, I think it's mid, but I see why you say ugly because it's like kind of disappointing.
Because it's like, bro, we got the Lombardi trophy. Or the Lombardi trophy, what I'm talking about. The what's it
Larry
called?
O'Brien.
Larry
Larry-
O'Brien.
yeah.
Yeah. We've had that, and they keep low-key updating it like every year. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Obviously, they have the budget, but like, bro, come on. Like that design team could have done way better.
Well,
Way
even
better.
the like East and West Conference MVPs look better than that trophy.
Like I'm saying.
It's not a good precedent if it feels like if they're making this trophy like this, like cheap as hell, like are the players really going to care? Like, it's not really a good carrot at the end of the stick.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the good thing is that they made this matter to your regular season record too. So
Mm,
at least players won't purposely sit out. Will they
Right.
try 100%? Probably not. But at least they have a reason to still play the game.
It's like incentive almost, yeah.
Yeah, because before it was only a $500,000 cash prize, and to people like LeBron and Dame and KD and Kyrie, like like $500,000 is basically a fine to them. Like that's
Yeah.
so it's like at least they made it count to their regular season record too.
Mhm.
And like at most teams who go all the way will just play like 83 games instead of 82, which at least they're not over exhausted as well.
Right.
All right. Enough of the in-season tournament. That's all we have, and we'll just wait to see until November to see how that goes. But we still have a lot more news before our topic. Off season has been going crazy. It's not even over, and so many people are on the league looks completely different this year. I barely have most of the off season stuff, so I'm gonna kick it to Vaughn because Vaughn has almost all of it.
Okay.
So you lead the way,
So
Vaughn.
I'll start us off with the big free agent signings. Some of them are re-signings. The biggest contract dished out is to Jeremy Grant for 5 years, $160 million. Terrible contract, but early into free agency, it was weird because Dame said he'll stay if they could get Draymond Green and re-sign Jeremy Grant, and they got half of that equation. And it's funny because as soon as that contract was signed, like hours later, Dame requested his trade finally. The straw that broke the camel's back. So
That is a pretty awful contract.
It's awful in terms of the Blazers offering it. In terms of Jeremy Grant accepting it,
Oh, well,
come
duh,
on.
duh. What do you think? He's sitting there at the negotiation, like, "Whoa, guys, that's a little too much." Like, no.
I'm not gonna say I think he's worth 160 mil, but he's definitely, I think, at least 100 because he's a hustle player. He's not a bad player. Like he's like a guy every team desperately needs.
Mhm. One time spin the rock all-star.
Yeah, literally. So it's like 160 is crazy. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But 100 mil or somewhere around that number would be the
Perfect.
most ideal,
Yeah.
for his value.
I'm just happy a team actually offered him a contract. Most teams let him walk in free agency,
Mhm.
so it's good to see that a team is valuing him. Are they overvaluing him? For sure, but at least they're valuing him.
They know his worth and
Yes.
more.
And more. Yes.
okay. Next, we got the biggest contract as of per year salary. It's only a 3-year contract, $128 million for Fred VanVleet to the Rockets.
The players are getting their bags this year, bro. This is how I know it was gonna get out of hand. I was like, oh shit, like players are gonna get paid this off season. Because once I saw that, I'm like, it's just gonna it's downhill from here. Are the Rockets gonna be that much better?
No.
Play-ins at most. Play-ins at most, bro.
Like, and even at playing is like stretching it for me. Like,
Yeah.
I really don't even think they'll hit the play. Like, again, don't get me wrong, Fred VanVleet. For the Rockets, he's worth it. If I'm the Rockets, I'm throwing him that same contract. But he's probably himself, he's probably not going to lead my team anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just maybe more than 20 wins. That's about it.
Yeah, it's a big question mark because last year was a down shooting year for his 3-point percentage, and he's primarily a 3-point shooter, good passer. Terrible 2-point percentage, like surprising. which doesn't bode well next to Jalen Green. Also terrible 2-point percentage. They have no mid-range game. So
And it doesn't help that he's
Udoka,
undersized either.
yeah, that's true too. So is it going to help their defense? I don't know. Unless Udoka has this magic plan up his sleeve to completely revamp the offense and get a lick of defense, they're still going to have issues.
For sure.
And now we got the next biggest contract is Kyrie Irving, just $2 million short of Fred VanVleet, but I think that's still crazy. 3 years to Dallas Mavericks, Kyrie Irving.
I'm just surprised he re-signed with them. I thought he was gone for sure.
I thought he was too, but I think he just wants to try with Luka. At least, you know what I'm saying? They didn't get enough time last year, so we'll see. But he's probably there for a good amount of time. I don't think he's going to request a trade.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask that. Do you believe him when he says he wants to stay on one team for the rest of his career?
He said that every single team before.
The only team he didn't say it was the Cavs when he first got drafted. Other than that, he said that every time.
No, a little kid came up to him and he's like, "Are you gonna leave us like LeBron?" And he said, "No, never."
Oh, really?
Yes.
Never mind. I stand corrected.
Who's a big capper, LeBron or Kyrie? That's the true goat talk right there. The goat of lying.
Actually, Nabi,
Okay.
I don't see him staying in Mav though. It doesn't seem right.
I
Do you
think
see them? Oh, sorry.
it's up in the air. Like, just look at his history. It would say like he's going to request his trade, but I know he wanted a contract that would keep him in one place for a while. And so I think through thick or thin, as long as Mark Cuban doesn't piss him off somehow, I think he'll stick it out.
Do you see the Mavs doing any better this year then, or do you think they're still gonna struggle?
They've made like marginal improvements to the roster. Like, you're starting at zero basically. Like, you were a team that like tanked yourself accidentally, and now they're just like making stepping stones.
Yeah.
I think they'll get like 5 games better.
Yeah.
Barely make playing then.
Literally, like they're not gonna be crazy better unless they each pop off for like 60 a game. But
Yeah. Okay. This one's an interesting one. It was Cameron Johnson resigning to the Brooklyn Nets 4 years, $108 million, which more than Kuzma, more than Middleton, more than Draymond Green. Is it kind of delusional to have this kind of faith in Cameron Johnson?
The Nets have learned nothing. The Nets have learned absolutely nothing.
they still have that front office when they made that trade for KG and Paul Pierce.
That makes so much sense. Cam Johnson, good player. I can't wait to see what he does because he's for sure going to be a starter on that team, right?
Yeah.
Good.
So like I'm excited to see what he's gonna do, but that's a big risk to take on someone who's really young still.
Well,
And
he came into the league late. I think he was like 24, 23.
oh, okay.
He's 27 now.
Oh my God. Never mind. That's a all around bad contract. I take it back.
I like Cameron Johnson too, but $108 million is kind of out there.
For 4 years too.
Yeah.
That means that at one point he will decline during his contract. If we're to believe most basketball players' primes.
Yeah. I like Cameron Johnson too, but I see this like Jeremy Grant, just overvalued. The team overvalued him. But I am glad that he's getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody actually sees his value. But yeah, that's too much money. Maybe like 80 max. But
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree. But we got our next three guys. I'm gonna list them off because they're all re-signings. They're the next three biggest contracts. It's Chris Middleton, Draymond Green, and Kyle Kuzma. One of these is not the same as the other. Uh, Kyle Kuzma, 90 million, Draymond, 100 million, Chris Middleton, 102 million. Chris Middleton seems easy enough. Bucks want to retain him, championship core. Draymond Green, same thing. But Kyle Kuzma, why did he stay in Washington? I don't
I
know.
was so shocked, bro. I thought that man was gonna hit the floor running. Do you think it's because Poole is there?
Who signed first?
Well, Poole was traded first, and
Who
then
was traded first?
yeah, and then Kuzma re-signed like 2 weeks after.
Maybe. But
The Wizards
also,
just-
he's not going to be first option on any other team in the league.
yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very
You
true.
know, so I think even with Poole, he still will be first option. But obviously they'll share the ball a lot. So I hate Kuzma, but is it a bad contract for the Wizards? I don't think so.
Yeah, if it was 100 mil, I would have said yes.
I for sure would have said yes.
But 90 mil, it makes sense. He was better than Bradley last year.
Yeah.
So it's like it makes sense why they did it. Draymond got a win, bro. He got that 100 mil like he wanted. Poole is out of there. Like that man is winning this season.
He straight hoops.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and I think this is the last one I want to focus on, and then I'll do a speed round. But this one is Dylan Brooks, 4 years, 86 million, guaranteed to the Rockets. I mean, they got some sort of defense, but that man's decision making might hurt them more.
Bro, I wonder if he's gonna be talking next season. Because people were saying he's out of the league, which was crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
It's not it. Realistically, it was very crazy. Like he's nowhere near a bad player. He's just
Mhm.
cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, bro. Like
So I wonder, do you think he'll have that same energy after almost being chased out of the league? Or do you think he's still gonna be like, or you think he's gonna calm down a little bit?
I would like to see him mature.
Yeah.
Will he? I don't know.
True.
I think, bro. I don't know. He's such a wild card, bro. You know.
For the year before last season, Dylan Brooks was looking like the second option.
Literally, like scoring, defense, all of that. He's literally Desmond Bain. Literally.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then last season happened, and all of a sudden it was like a completely different player.
Because I mean, technically, I guess him and Van Vliet would be the vets, right? Unless they have someone older.
There's no way.
I
There's
don't
no
know.
way they have someone older.
I don't know. Was there someone there after Gordon left?
I gotta look. I'm looking now.
Yeah, Boban, but like he's out there
Wow.
clowning around too, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, he damn near on a 2-way contract. Like, he don't even play for real.
Bro, man has more time in Goldfish commercials than he does on the court.
True.
He's
Oh,
got more
they
time
did
at State
get,
Farm.
they did get Jeff Green. So that's
Really?
yeah. 2-year
I didn't know
contract.
that.
I
I knew Jeff
mean-
Green left, but I didn't know he signed with the Rockets.
I mean, I guess though, you know, like Jeff Green's been to the playoffs.
Those
Dylan
are
Brooks.
literally the 3 oldest guys. Because it's Thompson, Amon Thompson, Cam Whitmore, Jabari Smith, Kevin Porter, Jalen Green, and then Alfred Sengun.
Damn.
Yeah, plus they got rid of some of the younger guys too, like Washington, traded Josh Christopher,
Mm.
and then waived Knicks, I think. So whatever they want to be competitive, but you know, we'll see how
my-
much the contracts turn
None
out.
of them are, except for, unless I'm wrong, because I'm just looking through all their big names. Most of them are even older than 25, bro.
That's crazy.
So yeah, they're definitely the vets.
We getting old out here, bro.
I know. Draft picks are starting to be younger than us, bro.
Okay. So I'll fire off the next free agents and their teams. If you want to stop and talk about them, just let me know. We
Okay.
got Jakob Poeltl back to the Raptors, 4 years. Max Strus, Cleveland, 4 years. Grant Williams to the
Just
Mavericks.
a quick
Yeah.
a quick thing about Max Strus. I think that'll help them a lot because, obviously his main trait is fucking 3-point shooting. So that'll just help them spread the floor actually really well, whether he starts or comes off the bench. With Mobley being able to shoot. But yeah, I think that was a pretty good pickup for them.
Yeah, that was like one of the struggles in that Knicks series. They couldn't hit 3-point shots outside of Donovan Mitchell because, Jarrett Allen, he's a traditional center. Darius Garland had some struggles here and there.
Mhm.
And then Karis LeVert, as much as I like him, he's either hitting everything or he's hitting nothing.
Yeah, he's very streaky.
So, yeah, I like that signing for them. So, next we got Grant Williams, the Mavericks, 4 years. Austin Reeves, re-signed the Lakers, 4 years.
Great
How
sign.
you feeling, Eugene?
Great sign. Amazing sign. Finally didn't lose a white boy. Let's go.
Keeping your young talent too for once? Insane.
Oh,
Did they change ownership or
oh, yeah, that was like a very affordable contract too. Like I was surprised. Okay. Next we got Herb Jones resigning to the Pelicans, 4 years. Rui Hachimura signing back to the Lakers, 3 years, another affordable contract. Dante DiVincenzo to the Knicks, 4 years, reuniting with the Villanova crew.
Yeah,
That was surprising to me, low key, because I thought he was going to stay on the Warriors.
I'm not
I just they couldn't afford him, I think.
Really?
Yeah. That and were they really I don't think they were really using him that well either.
You might be right about that. Because he was getting a lot of PT, but were they using him right? I don't know.
They were like
he was playing behind, Clay, Poole, Steph, and they all get their shots up, and it's like there's not much left for him.
Mhm.
And they would also like play him like they wouldn't because he has like the ability to really just get his own shot off, but they would mostly just like do the thing that Warriors do where they pass. I just feel like that doesn't work for him.
Mhm.
The media though, they were loving that Villanova reunion, bro. I saw
Bro, that
that
was all over my feed, bro.
exactly, bro. I saw that shit 3 times, bro. They're
I
like,
didn't even realize he was on that team, bro.
like, can they win an NBA championship too? I was like, bro, come on.
No, that should be good for the Knicks though, because is Tim still their coach?
Yep.
So in that case, I think they'll be a lot more defensive minded, especially with Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson. So I think that'll be they'll have a pretty interesting season next year.
I still hate Thibodeau
though. Obi Toppin probably does too. He got traded after that altercation, I'm pretty sure.
Good, bro. That man got no playing time for how good he was.
Oh. Okay. Next up, we got Brook Lopez back to the Bucks, 2 years. And then this one's interesting. Bruce Brown, the Pacers, 2 years, $45 million.
Insane. We re-signed DeAndre Jordan, but not Bruce Brown. I don't know if the Pacers just offered him more or if the Nuggets just like didn't offer him enough.
Bruce Brown could not have. He was too expensive for the Nuggets. Nuggets are near the max. $45 million for 2 years is crazy. That's $22 million for a guy who came off the bench.
That is pretty crazy, actually.
Is,
yeah. 45 million.
Yeah. I just
So I understand that. But it's kind of crazy. The priorities the Nuggets have, they let go of Jeff Green, who was like playing big rotational minutes for a guy who's like 36, 38. I can't remember, but he was a big piece of him.
Oh
Bruce
yeah, he
Brown
was going up.
gone, and then who's the last player? Thomas Bryant, I think, was gone too.
Yeah, and then we picked up Justin Holiday, odd, and then
Yeah.
re-signed DeAndre Jordan.
And Reggie Jackson, I think, too. So-
Yeah, like
Who got
why?
no minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why, bro? Why? But you know, last season I criticized their off-season moves and they won a ship. So you know what? I'm just gonna shut up. What do I know about building a team, bro?
Okay. We got D'Angelo Russell, 2 years, back to Lakers. Another affordable contract. 18
Lakers-
mil.
Lakers
we-
low-key,
We were making some moves, bro. Trust in Pelinka. Trust in
they were low-key
Pelinka.
killing it this season. The only thing I'm worried about is you still have no center.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But you guys did well without one, so you know what?
right. And it's like if we really wanted to, we could probably still play Rui or Jared. So,
Yeah.
well, I mean, we'll see. I don't know, but
Okay. So we got Matisse Thybulle back to the Blazers, 3 years. Gabe Vincent, 3 years to the Lakers. Another
Love
really
that
good
one.
contract.
I love that one.
And then now we got Kobe White back to the Bulls, Karis LeVert back to the Cavs.
That
Jock
I want to talk
Landale.
about Kobe White back to the Bulls. Cause why? You got no playing time, bro. Why'd you go back?
Yeah.
I think it's more of a nobody offered him, or if they
Maybe.
did, it was less than what he wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what
But
you're
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Like him and Gabe Vincent got the same contract, 33 mil, 3 years. But one is different because Gabe Vincent didn't have any expectations coming in the league, and then Kobe White did. So
Yeah.
I kind of see why one sunk, one rose. But yeah, Kobe White should have had more playing time considering he's a point guard and they lost the starting point guard. So I don't know what's going on with the rotations. Like
I
Bulls are a
don't.
mess. Plus, I think they signed another point guard, Javon Carter, from the Bucks. So another struggle in the in the lineup there. Okay, now we got Jock Landale to the Rockets. I guess
Bro,
backup
who is
season.
that? Who is that? I saw
He was-
Woj tweet that, and I was like, why is he important?
He was on the Phoenix Suns when DeAndre Ayton was, sidelined for playoffs. He stepped up,
Mm.
and like no one had expectations of him either, and he'd get like 5 rebounds and say he was going off. But very different expectations.
Hey,
George Niang to the Cavs, another shooter.
Mhm.
That's another positive for them. Dennis Schroeder to the Raptors, filling that Van Vliet spot. So
odd. Very odd.
Yeah, that's literally the only word you could say about that.
I don't know where he would have gone, to be honest. I don't know like what his list could have been as far as
I-
options go. But
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't sign with the Lakers. But then again, that man never re-signed with the Lakers.
okay. We got Joe Ingles to the Magic, another random signing.
So random.
His career's
Don't know
done.
what-
I don't care. His career's done.
He is 35 years old, almost 36.
Yeah, he's over.
Yeah, that's the last we'll be seeing of him. Trey Jones to the Spurs, another young project for them. Trey Lyles, Mo Wagner, Jeff Green, Dwight Powell, Reggie Jackson, Shake Milton, Seth Curry, Jalen McDaniels to the Raptors. That was another weird one.
Really, I didn't even know he
Like-
signed somewhere else.
Yeah, Sixers are just letting all their guys go, whether it be McDaniels, Paul Reed, and I guess they got to get rid of Harden too. Good luck to them. Troy Brown Jr. to the Timberwolves. I didn't even know that happened.
Didn't either. I'm glad though.
My-
I hate that.
yeah.
You gotta blur that out or something, bro. He was so bad.
I'm glad though. That's so funny. That might be the first time I have to censor a curse word. Usually I leave them in, but that one I have to censor.
I mean, you can cut it out. I don't care. That was just pure instinct, bro.
I low key might just mark our podcast explicit and just leave it in because that's too funny.
Okay, here's some cheap good signings. Okay, I'm gonna skip Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges is opted into his contract, so he's on the roster for the Hornets. But we got Kevin Love back to the Heat, 2 years. He honestly, I didn't expect him to do anything on the Heat. He was kind of killing the Celtics at certain points, so he'll be back there. Russell Westbrook to the Clippers, 2 years, $7 million.
Bro, he needs to fire his
Basically,
agent, bro.
That's like the minimum he could have gotten. If this man Dylan Brooks signing that much and then Westbrook getting 2 years minimum contract, that is wild.
Like he's not even bro, I understand, he's not playing like he used to, and like, you know what I'm saying? But
it's like CP3 slander. He still balls, bro. Like
he can get you what you need. Like
he was killing it on the Clippers. He was low-key doing really well on the Clippers. So I don't know,
using him effectively.
Yeah,
unlike the Lakers, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know why they did, maybe because he's just like, I want to win, so maybe he's letting them like try to sign other people.
But they didn't even sign anyone else, So
I guess that's fair.
I don't know. He either needs to fire his agent or I don't know, something.
The narrative has gotten too out of hand.
He had all the power in his hands. Like he was there being competitive when Paul George and Kawhi were down. He was the reason why they were winning games at all. Like he was the only one who was like showing competitive all the way through. And this is what he gets. I'm sure he could have got a better contract somewhere else, but I guess maybe he just wants to stay in LA.
Maybe.
It's like the only reason I could see him, I guess, accepting that is because they were like, they almost hit the max, or like his contract would have hit the max or something. But like, even still, bro,
insane.
2 years, $7 million.
Insane.
Like,
okay.
I could win lottery and be richer than him, bro. Like, that's crazy, bro.
Okay, we got a signing I like. Derrick Rose to the Grizzlies, 2 years.
That's gonna be fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
especially with Ja being out.
Smack some sense into Ja too. Like, look, bro, I'm from the hood too, but you ever see me flashing a gun?
I kind of want to see that Marcus Smart Derrick Rose tandem, at least for the beginning of the season. Like,
bro,
offense, defense.
Because imagine, like, I'm just talking on my ass, but imagine they go like 25-0, bro, to start, like, to open the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh. They might get rid of Ja, bro.
I might start the board early this year, bro. That was insane. That was insane. I might have to start the board
obviously
early this
not,
year.
but like, bro, imagine that narrative though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, the narrative is already going crazy because he played in Memphis for college.
Right.
So people are like, if he can have a Cinderella year in Memphis, like that would be insane.
That would be wild, bro. And it's like they're really both two true point guards, in a sense, at least in today's NBA. So it's like when Ja comes back, and depending on how well Derrick Rose plays, who do you start? You start the guy you drafted, or you start with a proven, veteran at the one. You know what I'm saying? So red pill, blue pill kind of thing, but
we'll see. I'm excited.
Okay. And then I'll speed run these minimums for Phoenix Suns. You got Eric Gordon, 2 years. Damian Lee, Yuta Watanabe, Keita Bates Diop, Drew Eubanks, and then I think
That's all the Suns.
Yeah.
Josh
That's
Okogie,
crazy.
and then Metu.
I'm surprised they even have money, bro. Where are they
No,
getting
like,
this money
actually.
from? Where are they getting this money from?
Well, most of these are minimums, but some of these are multiple years as well. 2 years at the most.
Well, I mean, even still, like that's
Yeah.
a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
And they didn't really get. I mean, Chris Paul's contract couldn't have been that much.
I mean, I think it's Bradley Beals that's killing them. Because what was the absolute max, like, 2 years ago? There was like a
Mhm.
Damian Lillard size contract.
Right.
So I don't know how they got at least these ones. Like Damian Lee, Yuta Watanabe, Eric Gordon, I think will be rotational players. The rest
Utah
are
was
like,
a big signing though for them. That was
yeah.
I think that was probably their biggest.
I really like the Utah signing.
For as good of a shooter as he is, as a power forward, small forward, whatever, I'm surprised no one else was looking to give him money. Like even like $5 million.
Right.
Yeah, it
Anyone
is
could
kind
have
of
matched that. So,
having Utah off the bench.
Because it was like wasn't he like one of the best shooters in the NBA last year?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
There was like a month where he was like leading the league in 3-point shooting.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's he be throwing up shots too. Like he's not like passive about it. Like he be shooting.
Yeah, some decent signings. Honestly, that based on how much they could have gotten for what the players were, like honestly, W for the Suns. But I'm still not confident about their 4 main guys, just health wise. But we'll see.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna be odd for sure.
And then we got Josh Richardson and Thomas Bryant to the Heat. So they're recouping some of those losses because they like lost 3 big rotations: Oladipo, Vincent, Strus. So I guess this is what they're doing to make up for it.
Makes
Different
sense.
positions, but I guess we'll see what more
Well,
they
I
got in
mean-
store for Dame Lillard.
Yes, different positions, but Thomas Bryant will definitely help off the bench, giving Bam rest because that, there was really no one to back him up, and Kevin Love is old now, so
Cody
he can only do
Zeller
so
was the
much.
backup, so this is an improvement.
Like, so I think if Thomas Bryant continues playing the way he plays, that should be pretty good. And
I
Bam
think
can get some rest.
I think the only thing that will hurt them is going from a super good defensive center to a like mediocre defensive center.
Right.
Because Thomas Bryant is good everywhere else, but his defense, his defense can be terrible sometimes. So as someone who had him on the Nuggets, like his defense can be really bad sometimes.
Okay, and then we got some Lakers signings: Jackson Hayes, Cam Reddish, Taurean Prince, and they're all in the $4 million range.
Insane, bro. Y'all killed it this year.
Bro, I don't know what Rob had up his sleeve, but
Jackson Hayes.
he had crazy money. That was a little weird to me. That yes, we could swap him out with AD or Rui, but I don't know. I just haven't seen enough of him yet to like be excited about it.
I'm just surprised on how you guys got him from the Pelicans. I can't believe
That's
the
true.
Pelicans let him go.
Right.
I think he had some issues, like he wasn't really getting as much playing time as he wanted to, and kind of wanted a different opportunity. But Cam
To the
Reddish,
Lakers.
I'm like, the
the one
Lakers
that-
either will or will not give him that opportunity.
yeah,
Huge
But
gamble.
it's crazy with Cam Reddish. I don't think he's ever gotten the opportunity, be it
No.
Hawks, Knicks, Blazers, and now Lakers. So
But I
Well,
feel like
his-
the Lakers might use him.
I don't know.
I don't know either, bro. I hope to God we do. I really do. His biggest opportunity was probably with the Blazers, and even that was like, shaky,
Yeah.
So it's like, unless what's his face? Darvin Ham actually uses our bench consistently, then we'll see. And then even at that, we got maybe Austin Reeves coming off the bench, give or take starting some games, obviously. We got what's his face, Gabe Vincent coming off the bench, Vanderbilt coming off the bench, or Rui coming off the bench. So it's like, I don't know how he's gonna make all these signings work. I'm excited, but it's also, I don't want to say a downfall, but it's also a negative almost, because it's like, how is he going to use all of these pieces in the rotation well, but we'll see. I don't know.
I can guarantee one thing: Torian Prince is going to get more minutes than Cam Reddish. It's just the way it plays out.
Yeah, which it's like, bro, he's not even that good, bro. Like, I wasn't very excited for that one, but
I think Reddish and Prince are kind of similar, and like they kind of use as spot up shooters, but Prince is on the downward slope. Cam Reddish is 23 and can go up,
right.
It's just whatever Darvin Ham draws up, so we'll see. And then the rest of these signings, I'm gonna skip through some. We got Pat Bev and Montrez to the Sixers. These signings, I'm like, who cares?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Lonnie Walker to the Nets and Dennis Smith Jr. to the Nets. I didn't know the Nets wanted them.
Lonnie might be good for them, but I don't know about Dennis Smith. I haven't seen him. Where's he been?
Hornets.
That's
No, bro, but that's very true. But there was some times where he would pop off, but like he's streaky, and when he's bad, he's bad. So it's like we'll see, because when he's good, it's like a 20-point game. It's not like extraordinary.
Yeah.
So it's like a weird streaky for him.
Mm.
I just inevitably see these guys eating up minutes for Cam Thomas. I don't know what the Nets have against Cam Thomas, but
bro, he must have made someone mad, bro. He must have tried to do a Jimmy Butler pay me thing, and then they were like, "Bro, you're Cameron Thomas." Like he must have done something to piss him off.
all right, and I'm just gonna mention this last signing, Dario Saric to the Golden State Warriors. Why do I mention this? Because people were making a big deal out of this for no reason.
That's Warriors fans, though.
This is literally all Warriors fans.
The one guy they signed that's over 6'9", and they're going crazy over it. I think they forget they still have Chris Paul and Steph Curry on the same team.
And Kevon Looney playing center at 6'9". So,
there is one more signing that I think is a dark horse that I think will turn out well. It's Alexander Vezenkov, European MVP, EuroLeague MVP, EuroLeague champion, who the Sacramento Kings for 3 years. This guy was in the NBA like very briefly, like round 2, pick 57, like in 2017, and went to Europe. But now he's a shooter, and I think he'll fit right alongside, Keegan Murray and Domantas Sabonis really well. So brighter things for the Kings. Now, as far as trades go, not a bunch of huge ones. We're still waiting on Dame, still waiting on James Harden. But there's Chris Duarte to the Kings, another pickup. Obviously, the Chris Paul, Jordan Poole trade. I mentioned earlier, Obi Toppin to the Pacers. And then this one might be the most biggest recent one, John Collins to the Jazz.
Yes.
Rudy Gay, second rounder.
Man's doing the opposite of Miles Turner. Was in great rumors for years, but actually got traded. Thank God, bro. The Hawks did him so dirty. They just used him as a lob threat, and that's it.
Literally. And that was only a good 1 or 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Last season he didn't do nothing.
And I thought DeJounte Murray would finally, John Collins is going to actually have someone who can pass to him. Nope. He got even less ball time. So, especially on the Jazz, the Jazz can definitely use him.
Right.
And then just some minor ones. Rashawn Holmes to the Mavericks and Victor Oladipo to the Thunder. Oladipo, I think, is just sitting out his contract as he heals up. But, if
Yeah,
he was
he's still
signed,
hurt, huh?
yeah. I don't know if he would ever resign to the Thunder, but I guess to get a veteran presence, even if he's just on the bench. That's all I really got for you on trades.
I think it would be cool to see him play again on the Thunder to try and run it back of sorts, but
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know.
Rumors, though, is that they're trying to go after Bol since the Magic waived him.
The Thunder?
Yeah.
That
might
would
be good
help.
for him.
Yeah,
might be
it
good for
would
him.
help. Young center is actually progressing, getting better, so
Yeah.
that could be good.
Literally the type of player they like to.
Yeah,
Long he can shoot. That's
literally.
All right. The real question is do we want to make, because we're already at an hour. So do we want to do the topic today or do you want to save it? It's up to you guys.
I have nothing to do, so I'm not tripping either way.
Yeah, I can do it.
All right. It's been a long time since we had a long episode. It's been a long time. Today's topic, disappointers and succeeders. Had to do our very first topic for our 1-year anniversary. Had to. I'm bringing back the hot seat as well. Let's keep it brief, though. Sleepers, as in people didn't notice how bad they were or people didn't notice how good they were. We did this last year as a whole topic, but, we struggled a little bit with finding sleepers, especially because at the time there was 4 of us. So we already had 12 teams. And then we had to find a third team. It was kind of insane. But this year, sleepers, good, bad. Let's start off with Vaughn.
I got to go with the Kings, right? I was with them. I was the only one that believed in them alongside Angel. Everyone was clowning them before the season began. But not only did they exceed everyone's expectations, they exceeded mine. I just said play in, and they went and got the 3 seed. And I don't know if we do early board stuff like post-it notes and stuff. I want to say they'd be the 2 seed this coming year. My way too early prediction.
You know what? Last year we started it in the regular season, but you know what? I think this year, season 2, we should start in the off season. Off seasons where the wildest takes happen.
That's facts.
So you know what? You're right, Vaughn. We should start the board now, and you're gonna kick us off with 2nd seed Kings.
That's a big flip, though. Big flip from last year.
Oh, big flip. Well, it's insane too, because when they had the 3rd seed almost all regular season.
Mm-hmm. I think they only had the 2nd seed once or twice.
Which is impressive because the West was up and down, up and down. The Pelicans, the Blazers, the Jazz, all 1st seeds in the regular season.
Literally. And the Blazers, see, that's where the NBA Cup comes in. The Blazers were the best team in the league for the first 20 games, bro. It was actually insane. So if we see a team, we probably will, that starts off like that again in November, bro, that's going to be very exciting. Very exciting.
That's low-key a curse. Early season 1st seed in the West. They're doomed.
Yeah.
All right, Eugene. Sleeper, good, bad?
I guess I really don't have any bad ones. I guess my sleeper, I guess I have 2. Kind of hinting towards our Twitter. Just Benedict Mathurin, bro.
All right.
People were asleep. People still sleep,
People still, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
When they would see him in Rookie of the Year talks, they would be like, why him? And it's he's coming off the bench dropping 15, bro.
Bro, I think he just dropped 30 in summer league the other day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I like him a lot. I hope people wake up. But him and then probably I would say the Heat because me personally,
my
I was
God.
asleep, even through the playoffs. I didn't think they were going to make the play-in. They made the play-in.
yeah.
I didn't think they were going to make it out the play-in. They made it out the play-in. I thought they were going to lose first round. They made it to the whole finals, So, I feel like I got to go with the Heat as well.
All right. Just wanted to get those in there. Last year we did it, but keep it brief because last year it was kind of hard to actually talk about it. All right. So, disappointers. A team that just disappointed you to the core. You were rooting for them. You were like, oh, they're going to do good. And then just let you down. Let's kick it off. I can start it off since I didn't do a hot seat. My disappointer might not be a surprise to some people. I said Minnesota. They got Rudy Gobert. Some people are saying there's a new big three in the West. And they don't even... They lose their first playing game. Rudy Gobert's throwing punches on the sideline. They get destroyed by the Nuggets. The only one who does even decent is Ant.
Right.
It was just a mess over there in Minnesota. And now they have 3 bigs on 3 massive contracts.
I can't say I'm disagree, like I was very excited to see what Cat and Rudy were going to do, and they did nothing. So they did the same thing as if they were on opposing teams, So it was just
I mean, Rudy
know.
Gobert was basically an op out there.
Right, literally. Like at one point he just wasn't adding anything.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I don't know. Yeah, I can't disagree with that though.
Just imagine if they didn't make that trade, their defense would be really solid, considering they'd have McDaniels and Naz Reid alongside Vanderbilt and Walker Kessler, and they'd still have a shooter in Malik Beasley.
Yep.
Yeah.
So. That's crazy. That's crazy because like most of those players are off that team, So
Insane.
My disappointer, cause based on what I like the stuff that I was saying preseason of last year, it would probably be the Hawks.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see DeJounte and Trae Young ball out, and they really didn't.
At all.
Like
it was also like drama too.
Yeah, that's true. And the whole coaching situation and like all that. But I mean, like, even still, like, I thought they were at least an A seed. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I was very disappointed. I thought they were gonna do better.
Yeah, I think that one just like part of it is the John Collins thing, not utilizing him right. Even both coaches, like maybe if you give Quinn Snyder, he figures something out with him.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, and then you got Sadiq Bey, DeAndre Hunter, both good wings, but there's just not enough shots to go around between DeJounte and Trae Young. And Trae Young, when he's not shooting threes, likes to lob it to Clint Capella. So they don't really utilize those wings that much.
Right.
It was also just like they just like picking up DeJounte Murray just looks like genius.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was like, let's go. And then like it was just a different version of DeJounte Murray. Man was yapping on the court, bro. So it was just like it was just odd to see for real.
Okay. So my disappointer is the Trailblazers. Like one of the best things I like in playoffs is seeing Damian Lillard ball out. Like he could drop 50 in a loss. He could pass the ball to CJ in clutch time, and CJ stepped out of bounds and cost him the game.
Mm-hmm.
It was entertaining though. Okay. And every deep three, every savvy move Dame is making, but no, we didn't get any of that this playoffs. We didn't even get play in with the Trailblazers. They were so bad. Damian Lillard, who said, "I want to win a championship here, no matter what," has now requested a trade. It was that bad of a
Bro.
season.
Okay. Blazers hater, you know? Hate the Blazers. But to see Dame have the best season of his entire career, drop 70,
70.
like I would have loved to have been proven wrong and see Dame in the playoffs this year because he was locked in this year. He was killing it.
Even post injury,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Like, no, exactly. Like the 20 game start, first seed, he was just injured. So it was like, it would have been insane to see this year's Damian Lillard in the playoffs for sure. Because he was on one this year.
Instead, they broke that man.
Bro, they sat him. They sat him, bro. I should have known that's when he was left, when they told him to not play games. Like, I feel like that's the one thing you shouldn't tell Dame.
The one thing I want to add, I am sad to see Dame go, but I'm excited to see more or less what happens to the Blazers, given their current roster. You know, they still got Simons, they got Shaden Sharp, they got I forgot their rookies.
Scoot.
Yeah, Scoot. So it'll probably be, you know, Scoot and Simons starting along with Shaden, which will be pretty cool. Another CJ and Dame, maybe. They still got Nurkic.
Yeah.
So, you know, like
God knows why.
they can use him as like a piece
Bet.
to trade, you know, and get someone younger with the same amount of value. But hopefully, you know, either management changes, you know, they change their mindset. I don't know.
Yeah. It's
But
gotta be a mindset thing for sure.
Right. There's a lot of potential in the Blazers, and I just don't want to see it wasted.
For sure. And then it's the other way around, him going to the Heat, because that's what's gonna happen. His agent is threatening people. So it's like, I wonder how the Heat are gonna deal with Dame, because Dame has been the number one option his entire career. The ball has been in his hands most of the times he's played a basketball game. So to have Bam and Jimmy Butler to have help, it's gonna be weird to see Dame have help.
Right. That much help anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, true. That much help. A lot of help.
Yeah, like not just like offensive, but like Dame has never
Defensive.
had a good defensive team around him. But he got Jimmy and Bam. Yeah, it'd be crazy.
At least not that good. The most defensive team that I can think that he was on was when LaMarcus Aldridge was on there. Thomas Robinson was on there.
Bro,
and the bald dude who wore a headband. I forgot his name.
The bald dude who wore a headband.
Bro,
no
I forgot
clue,
his
bro.
name, bro. I forgot his name. Bro, I don't remember. But it was like that 2014 team, basically. That Blazers team. That is probably like the most defensive team that he's probably ever played on. And even that wasn't even, you know, a Miami Heat, you know, team. So
yeah. All right. I feel like there's some obvious ones we left off because we probably did it on purpose. Can you say this team is a disappointer? Dallas. Did they really disappoint?
I was literally thinking them, bro.
Did they really? Was there much to live up to begin with? Because they went to the Western Conference Finals the year before, but then they lost Brunson, who was the main reason why they did well. They got rid of everyone for Kyrie. Would you put them at disappointer, or did you expect this?
Well, as soon as that trade happened, I'm like, where's their defense? And then what was their big problem? They had no defense. So I can't be surprised.
They had nothing, bro.
And what happened to Christian Wood?
They benched him. He was coming off the bench.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I guess the real disappointing thing for me was just that, like, they traded Brunson, you know? Like,
Yeah.
he was literally that sole piece. He was that main thing, and I guess Dinwiddie too. They were those main pieces that got him to that point. Obviously,
Mhm.
Luka being Luka, but that's a whole different thing. Um,
They finished 463 on win percentage.
yeah, bro. Like, and then on top of that, adding Kyrie when they did, it was like it really wasn't gonna change much of anything. Best they could have finished was playing.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna say disappointer, but not for the reasons that we have been saying.
Yeah. And then taking it over to the east side, Toronto.
No,
No,
No?
like who cares?
not a
Like,
disappointer. Yeah.
Who cares? Nice. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's I want to say Warriors, but they made it past the second round. So
I mean,
I
we
can't.
gotta say Bucks is disappointing then. Like if they
Oh,
lost
yeah.
That's
first round,
facts. Yeah.
can't
But
even say
Giannis
that.
was hurt.
Okay. I was about to say, but Giannis, literally, arguably the best player in the league, was hurt.
And they also didn't win a shit before.
Right. So it's like, I mean, okay, wait. We got to really think about it though. Without that team, or with that team, without Giannis, they really should, in all reality, still be able to beat the Heat.
I don't know. 'Cause
They
that's a
won one
disservice.
game. They got rolled. Like
Oh, I guess that's true. That's true. That's true. Okay, you're right. Yeah.
It's not a crazy disappointment, but it still is a disappointment.
Yeah.
It's just but it goes to show you how much a team can depend on a player, though.
True.
Like
True.
Giannis, Luka, LeBron, in a sense, not necessarily the Lakers, but like just like almost every team he's been on. Probably even like Curry. So
Yeah.
it just puts things into perspective.
I think Bucks more so than the Warriors because at least the Warriors made it to the second round. Yeah, they got destroyed by the Lakers, but like it was Curry had like an insane season that year, at least in the postseason. So it's like it's not really disappointing. It's just they were overhyped, I would say more so.
Yeah.
All right. Kicking off with succeeders. I'm gonna get the big one out of the way, and then you guys can say the one you had, unless you had this one. Heat.
Yeah.
Heat finished 537 on the year. They were the 8th seed. People were saying that they were disappointing before the playoffs even started. Heat are probably the biggest succeeders. But who would you say is more successful? Nuggets or Heat? Just overall.
Like just this season.
It's just the whole entire season.
I
well,
mean,
it's
even I really want to say the Heat. I really do. Only because it was basically expected of the Nuggets to win, Like they did obviously succeed in winning the championship.
Yeah.
But like they were the best team in the league.
By far.
So it was expected for them to win. But like an 8 seed, and honestly, what they were really like the 13 or 12 seed, weren't they?
At one point, yeah. But
what did they finish at? I guess would it technically be 8?
Yeah, they technically finished at 8, but their
Okay.
win percentage was 537, which was almost the lowest in the entire playoffs. The only people who finished lower than them was the Thunder. Oh no, and Minnesota and the Pelicans and the Lake. Never mind.
absolutely.
But in the east side of things, I guess
Right.
they were the lowest. I just go down to the west and but I mean, the Nuggets were the only team that had a big gap on their. They were 2 seeds above their second, 2 games above their second seed. Whereas in
Right.
the East, the Bucks and Celtics were literally 1 game apart.
and they kept flip flopping 1 and 2
the Nuggets got that first seed.
and kept it.
At one point, they were 6 games above their second seed.
Yeah, like when you're that far up, and then because they were the first to clinch by a mile.
Mhm.
So it's like when you're that far up, in the standings, it's kind of like, you know, they doing what they got to do.
I think
In retrospect, yes, but as the season was progressing, like the Nuggets weren't getting like the respect of a 1 seed in the West.
Oh yeah.
Like the Lakers were like, we want to face the Nuggets come playoff
Yeah.
time. You know, teams were like, we've seen this before. Nuggets aren't playoff performers. And, you know, people didn't mind facing the Nuggets. Obviously, if you were like a coach, you didn't want to have to game plan against Jokic, but like people seemed to make it like not as big of a deal as it was. Like
Mhm.
everyone felt like they had a chance. And you know, championship later, Nuggets have like this like building platform to go off of into next season. And Jokic and Jamal Murray's careers look different now with a chip in their
Oh yeah.
resume. So I think if I'm saying who's one better here between the Heat and the Nuggets, I got to say Nuggets because like now the Heat, after having a team that went to the finals, they've lost a lot of that team now, be it,
Mhm.
you know, Vincent, Struess. I'm not going to throw Cody Zeller out there, but
But right,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I was that's why I asked if we were just talking about this season, because like long term, the Nuggets, you know, and really just piggybacking off of what Vaughn said, it's just like in terms of what their career stat lines are going to look like too, that chip is just going to put them over so many other players, you know.
Mhm.
So
All right. Just wanted to get the 2 biggest ones out of the way. So who wants to kick us off with their 6-seater?
I kind of have 2 again, 2 6-seaters if you
Okay.
want.
Yeah, go for it.
I feel like this was probably the second most obvious one in being Joel Embiid winning MVP.
True.
He finally did it.
Yeah, facts.
You know, whether that was based on his own performance or voter fatigue, but I'm just happy to see that he finally got it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, he was hooping literally the entire season. Didn't really, I mean, did he get hurt for
The
an
beginning
extended
of the
amount
season.
time?
It was the
little
beginning of the
bit.
season that he got hurt.
Right. And so it was like, I guess after that, you know, he put his goggles on and straight tunnel vision, hooping.
Yeah.
So I would say Joel Embiid for my first one, and then Lauri Markkanen at most improved as well. I really hate that the Cavs gave him away, but it did better his career. You know?
Oh yeah.
Originally, also hinting towards our Twitter, I wasn't thinking he was going to be their best player. Find out who you think I thought was going to be their best player on our Twitter at Spin the Rock. But I did know that it would, you know, boost his averages.
Yes. Well, yeah, because a take that was going to be your Twitter take was that you said Jazz were going to be in the playoffs still.
Mm-hmm.
So you still had faith in Markkanen a little bit,
right? Just not as much as what he got.
yeah, yeah. Because some people are saying he was out of the league, bro. Some people are like he's done for,
which is also crazy because it's like he's nowhere near a bad player again. But
oh yeah,
they just don't see what I see, bro.
Eugenie.
Oh, okay. So my succeeder here I got is one I never thought I'd be saying, but it's the Knicks.
That was mine, bro. That was mine.
Yes, sir. This is a team I hate on. I didn't expect or want them to be in the playoffs, but then they went, beat out the Cavs in the first round.
Mhm.
Like, I had so much more expectations out of the Cavs as compared to the Knicks.
No,
They did Donovan Mitchell dirty. It was a whole mess in the playoffs for the Cavs team. And Knicks, granted, Tom, not a coach I like, but he got him out of the first round. Like, Carmelo Anthony didn't do that very often with the Knicks, so
Yeah.
some credit has to go there.
He has been laughing this entire time. Okay, if you watch Spin the
No,
Rock,
I genuinely can't believe that was said.
no. If you watch Spin the Rock, most of our first year was us shitting on the Knicks. Most of our first year was us shitting on the Knicks. But like, it's true, they are a succeeder. They finished 5th in the East. People, I don't know if you might still believe this, Eugene, but a lot of people said Jalen Brunson was overpaid.
Yes.
But
and RJ Barrett, like
Julius
way
Randle was
overpaid.
getting clowned on. So it's like people thought the Cavs were gonna handle the Knicks. Like, people thought it was gonna be 4-2 Cavs. Like,
Yeah.
Bro, I thought it was gonna be like 4-1, bro. I really thought the Cavs were gonna
take care of
manhandle,
business.
bro,
Yeah.
literally.
Josh Hart all of a sudden becoming the best shooter in the league, bro. In the playoffs, like, they were definitely succeeders. Like, it's hard to say they're not.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, Vaughn took all the words out of my mouth. Like,
Plus, like, moving forward, you still have young guys that are progressing. I'm not going to say RJ Barrett. I'm going to say Emmanuel Quickly, Quentin Grimes. Good pieces there.
DiVincenzo.
do they still have Mitchell Robinson?
Yeah.
They do. Yeah, I think so.
They just don't play them. Okay.
And then, whatever they do with Julius Randle, like, I guess he's their dude moving forward. Like, I know he kind of let some of the Knicks fans down in the playoffs, but either he's their go-to guy or he becomes trade bait at some point later down the line. You never know.
Yeah. I mean, I have nothing to add. Like,
I think that would be wild. Them trading Randall. Because, like, bro, he's still a good player.
almost an all-star.
He
Well,
has been an all-star, I'm pretty sure.
No, but like this season, he was almost an
yeah.
all-star.
I think he
Some-
was almost
some-
an all-star on
because-
New York bias.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I think I literally don't have a backup because I'm looking at the standings now. Boston are a succeeder, but it was expected of Boston. Philly, I can't say they were succeeders because it's like
Were we supposed to pick two? Or just one?
Just
No,
one.
I just had to.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was it's Groundhog Day for Philly. Finished really good in the regular season, lose to the Celtics in the second round. It's like written in stone or something.
Okay, wait. I think I have one. What about how the Thunder finished?
True.
Yeah.
I think on how the Thunder finished, they could be considered as a succeeder.
Yeah, I think
Because
that's
it was like
very true.
they won that first playing game, or didn't they make it to the playoffs? Or am I bugging?
No,
no.
they lost their first playing game.
So they played the other one and then won.
No, I thought they straight up just played one and lost.
Did they? I thought they won one. Or were they fighting to make the play-in?
They were fighting to make the play-in for sure because it was either going to be them, Mavs, or Blazers.
And the Mavs didn't make it, and the Blazers didn't make it. Yeah. Because they went on some crazy losing streaks. And I remember.
Yeah, they lost 4 in a row and dropped to 13th. The Blazers.
Yeah.
They almost finished 500. They were like the Thunder were like 488, and people saw Chet get injured and were like, "Oh, looks like we're back at the bottom. At least we can get Wemby." Like, that's what people thought. Like people thought
Bro,
they're gonna be
imagine
matchup in
Wemby
poverty.
and Chet on the same
Oh
team.
my-
Yo,
That'd be insane.
that's a nightmare.
Chet looking buff as hell too.
He's looking but like he's playing really well in summer league right now.
Oh yeah.
Like the
I mean,
way he was supposed to last year, you know?
Yeah, he was
Mhm.
playing really well in the offseason last year too. He just got injured the second LeBron touched him.
Right. But yeah, I mean, literally just coming off an injury, looking that good is pretty crazy. So I'm excited to see what the Thunder look like and how they
Yeah,
implement
for
him in their system.
Yeah, I totally skipped over the Thunder because I forgot that the narrative was that they were just gonna be back at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
Like-
SGA also did insane.
You got to consider like the Thunder or a playing team without their starting center / power forward. You know, so
Yeah,
moving forward, not only are they getting that center back, but all the young guys are probably improving, building on their game.
Mhm.
So I really hope they make playoffs this year.
I would love to see that.
I'm
Even
a
if they
l-
lose, even if they get swept first round, bro. I would love to see that.
it would be insane to see. Really, it would be a total flip flop.
Mm-hmm.
Going from
I think-
almost like the 14th seed to like playoffs would be insane.
I'm really close to saying if like the Thunder make a playoff spot, like Chet Scott Rookie of the Year over Victor Wembanyama. But I haven't seen enough of them yet.
All I'm
Maybe
saying, bro.
2 games into the regular season.
We might be thinking the same, Angel, or we might be thinking the same thing, Angel. Say what you're gonna say.
All I'm saying is, bro, scoot
Oh,
Scoot
shit,
on
never
the
mind.
Scoot on the Blazers, bro. Scoot on the Blazers. Dame is gone. Oh, that in the rookie class race this year, bro. Rookie of the year race.
It
gonna
actually
go.
might. Yeah, it might be tight.
It's
It
gonna
really
go
might be tight.
insane, bro. If everyone plays the way they're supposed to, with the twins, like the twins are
Oh.
playing insane.
That's
The Thompson
true.
twins.
Yeah, the
Thompson,
Thompson
yeah.
twins,
Mhm.
Scoot, Brandon Miller, Wemby, Chet. Like, dude, it's gonna be an insane rookie race. Plus,
It's gonna be crazy.
the typical out of nowhere guy. That like
Yeah. Who's the Benedict Mathurin of this year?
this is probably where we're gonna end it. Because I don't think does anyone have anything else to add?
As far as like successes go, I'd say Jaren Jackson Jr. getting Defensive Player of the Year.
True.
Yeah,
Very
that's true.
true.
Because he averaged like 2 steals in a block or something like that.
Like 1.5 steals and 2 blocks, something around
something
that
like that.
range. But yeah, like the reason why I think they scooped up that 2 seed is, Jaren Jackson held it down on the defensive end, and he's no bum on the offensive end either. So it'll be very vital moving forward with Jaw out. I wonder if he'll be like a 20-point scorer or something. But I think I'm really excited to see Derrick Rose lobs to Jaren Jackson.
Oh, I
True.
remember what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Based on the way that each other are playing right now, it's looking like Chet's gonna win. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
Okay.
Like, go back to last year and how overconfident Chet was.
Bro,
you know,
last
like-
year's class, they were all like that though. They were all on one.
And then Victor, like, he's figuring things out in the summer league,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think the difference of confidence levels might change that. And I don't see a shot of the Spurs doing better than the Thunder in the regular season.
No chance.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm leaning towards Chet.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's because I agree with you guys. I do think that Chet might win it out. I think he's gonna have a Ben Simmons type of year where he wins it. But I was gonna say that people let recency bias cloud their minds because the Grizzlies were killing it last year, and like
Mhm.
of course Dylan Brooks killed that for them, and
Mhm.
like people instantly forgot how well they did the second they lost that first round.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next week's episode, or not next week, every other week. Next week's episode,
in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I think Summer League should be done by then. So we're going to do our classic prospects episode. We're going to have one obvious first round draft pick, and then one either second round or late first round draft pick that we feel like might surprise people. Last year, we said we got some right ones, and now Eugene missed that episode last year, so now we get to see Eugene's input on the prospects. So
Honestly,
it's gonna,
this
it's gonna
episode much easier than last year. Like I have an
Yeah.
idea of who I'm already picking.
Oh, same here. So I think that's what I'm gonna call it. Happy 1 year to us. Give us a birthday present by following us on all social media platforms at Spin the Rock. If you're listening on all podcast platforms, make sure you like it, make sure you subscribe and give us that good old 5 stars. Leave a review. If you think that the Mavs were not a disappointment, let us know. If you thought the Mavs were a huge disappointment, let us know. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks.